If I talk like this, you know I'm probably going to say something pretty dramatic. Hi, I'm Herne, and this is Daily Writing Advice. When we think about world building in fantasy stories, it's often a case of, okay, what are my religions going to be? What are the geographical features of this world going to be like? What's the language? What are the creatures that live there? And these are all important things to consider and things that I absolutely love exploring in my own stories. But there's something else that you can consider as well. Another way to world build. And I'm talking, of course, about world building through tone and voice. So what are tone and voice? Tone and voice is simply the kind of mood that your writing is in. So an example would be in the Joe Abercrombie novels, which I have right behind me. I'm just going to get out for reference. In the Joe Abercrombie novels, his tone is very gritty and sparse and sort of, I guess, grim and sarcastic and dark. And that tone permeates throughout the narration. So it's not just something that people pick up on when there's dialogue, but it's something that every sentence in the story is infused with to a varying degree. And that is so useful for building the world in this story because it instantly conveys from the first page that, hey, this is a world that's brutal, that's got lots of violence in it, that's this really rough medieval place to live. And instantly, you've got this kind of subconscious level of world building. It's not the big flashy world building of, here's my magic system, and here's the cool creatures, which are all things that I love and all things that I have done in my books, but it is a more subtle form of building your world. It's telling the reader what they can expect. But it's not just telling the reader what they can expect, it's showing it actually. So yeah, not just telling, it's showing it because it's conveyed to them in a really subconscious, subtle way. If you read one of Joe Abercrombie's novels and you weren't aware of this, you might not notice it. You might just read it and think, oh yeah, like that was a really cool book. But if you think about it more deeply and you revisit what it was that actually made the novel really interesting, you'll probably realize that the tone was a big part of that. You'll realize that the way that sentences were phrased was in this kind of like gritty, dark, very like sparse, brutal way. And that just adds to the flavor of the story so much. So in your own writing, consider how you can convey the world building of your story in tone. If your world is really like whimsical and fun and happy, then maybe you're going for more of a Roald Dahl-esque kind of wacky phrasing in your sentences with lots of weird similes and alliteration and all that stuff. If you're going for more of a serious, gritty novel, then maybe you are having serious, gritty sentences. Something worthwhile considering. And that is our episode. I have been Jed Herne, and this has been Daily Writing Advice. Thank you so much for listening, and if you've enjoyed this, please be sure to subscribe. I will see you next time. Now go and write extraordinary stories.